on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain coming back at you with some more Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. We are Sunday, week 2, September of 1997. It is time for our British pay-per-view. We are wrapping up our English tour, our European tour, with WWF One Night Only and Wembley Stadium in front of 62,672 fans. Wish we could have sold this out, but hey, what can we do? We only have one pre-show matchup tonight. In an abysmal pre-show matchup, Steve Corino defeats Al Snow by pinfall with an old school expulsion. The match got a 46, Steve with a 41, and Al with a 44. Announcing color commentary gave the match a boost like always. And Jim Cornette did some good ringside work. Excuse me. We open up tonight with a three-way dance, light heavyweight match, a three-way light heavyweight match. And Lance Storm picks up the win when he defeats Jushin Thunder Liger and Jerry Lynn. When Lance Storm submits Jerry Lynn with a single leg crab, the match got a 48. Lance Storm with a 42. Jerry Lynn outperforming both of them with a 47. Not bad. And Jushin Thunder Liger with a 42. Announcing the color commentary gave the match a boost. And we move on to our next segment. We see Ass Dust, the tag team of Ass Dust, which is Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass, with Goldust and his girlfriend Chyna. And they are backstage. They are the World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team Champions. The odd tag team they are. And they are backstage with Michael Cole. Michael Cole says, well, as we've seen on Sunday Night Heat, the Hardys end up winning the tag team matchup to determine the new number one contenders. They want their match here tonight. Y'all's match is up next. How do you feel about this? And Billy Gunn's like, well, I have all the respect for the Hardys. They're one heck of a tag team here in the World Wrestling Federation. And I'm pretty sure with Goldust by my side, and Goldust kind of just interrupts him and he goes, yes, they are one mighty tag team for sure. And with Billy by my side and his perfect assets to benefit us as a tag team, you can guarantee that the tag team of Ass Dust will walk away with the tag team championships. And you can guarantee that, Michael Cole, because after tonight, we'll be walking away with the tag team championships, and I'll be walking away with this fine lady myself, and maybe I can get me some ass dust later tonight. And Michael goes like, oh, okay, well, this is a family-friendly show. Let's all right, back to you guys at the announce desk. And JR and Jerry the King Lawler kind of are just like, what the hell? And they go to it, and the Hardys come out, and Goldust and Billy Gunn come out. In an bout that had superb wrestling and little heat, Ass Dust defeats the Hardys when Goldust pins Jeff Hardy with a bulldog. Ass Dust makes defense number 2 of the WWF World Tag Team Champions. Goldust obviously carried the match in in-team work. The match got a 72. Goldust with a 77. Billy Gunn with a 61. Not bad, Billy. And Matt and Jeff with a 53 and a 58 for Jeff. Matt and Hardy and Jeff Hardy have excellent tag team chemistry. It's tag team specialist bonus. Now it's a color commentary to the match to boost. Goldust and Chyna have pretty good chemistry together. Matt Hardy benefited from having a hot new move. That's awesome. And Goldust benefited from having the crowd support. We move on to the next segment. And it is, we see Michael Cole. Goldust, Ass Dust celebrates in the ring after the match, and we go backstage, and it is Michael Cole with Christian. As we know, Christian is in this European Championship tournament. The finalists being him and the British Bulldog. And Christian is the unlikely underdog, but Christian has been, here of late, picking up some big wins here. He's beaten some big names to make it to the finals. And Michael Cole asked him and says, Christian, you are the... Nobody in a million years thought that you were going to make it to the finals here tonight. How do you, how do you feel? And Christian's just like, well, Michael Cole, after Edge, my brother Edge, my tag team partner and my brother Edge, seriously got injured, dude. And he was out for a while, and I really didn't know what was going to happen to me. I didn't know if WWE was just going to make me go home and sit at home with Edge while he recovers, or what was going to happen to me. But oddly enough, Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon gave me the opportunity to showcase my skills. Why not only am I a tag team specialist, but why I can compete with some of the big names here in the World Wrestling Federation. And it's an honor that I made it to the finals here tonight. But I want to do the whole continent of Europe a big favor and be honored and be crowned your first ever European champion. Now, I know I have to go against the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. As a fellow Canadian myself, I grew up a big fan of Bret the Hitman Hart and the Hart family. And everybody knows that Davey is married into the Hart family, and he's a member of the Hart Foundation. So it's a big honor that I get to compete against somebody of his caliber and his level here tonight in the finals here tonight. But I am nervous, I will say that. But don't call me an underdog, Michael Cole. And I don't want anybody here to call me an underdog. I'm going to prove tonight why I deserve to be in that main event spotlight. Why I deserve to to be one of the top stars here in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm going to prove why I deserve to be one of the top stars here in the World Wrestling Federation. Michael was like, all right, well, good luck. And that match is up next. And we go to that match. They have a competitive back and forth match. Davey Boy kind of outpowers Christian back and forth the whole match. He dominates. He's just beating the hell out of Christian the whole time. And the crowd, even though the British Bulldog is in his home crowd and hometown and his home crowd, the crowd's kind of get behind Christian. They love a underdog. And in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Davey Boy Smith picks up the... Oh my God, they have great chemistry together. Nice. Davey Boy Smith picks up the win against Christian by pinfall with a running power slam. Davey Boy Smith wins the WWF European Champion. Davey Boy Smith is the first ever European champion. He celebrates. The confetti falls down in 85. Not bad at all. Christian with Davey Boy with a 98. Yeah, he's super fucking over here. And Christian with an 85. Davey Boy and Christian have good chemistry together. Great chemistry together, and it showed in their performance. That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Which we kind of knew that because I ran some house shows, and yeah, kind of cheated on that one because I've been running house shows for months with these two to see if they had good chemistry together or not. And if they didn't, then I was gonna put Christian with somebody else in the finals. But Davey Boy wins, man. Davey Boy wins, and Christian's laying there. Davey Boy Smith wins, and the confetti's falling down, and Christian, he gets back up, he's laying there for a minute, and he kind of starts coming to, and he goes to leave the ring, and Davey Boy stops him. And he grabs Christian by the shoulder and he shakes his head no, and he pulls Christian into the ring. And Christian kind of looks at him for a minute, and he's just like, you know, like, what's going on here? And Davey Boy has his European Championship, you know, on his shoulder, and he puts it in his other hand, and he grabs Christian's hand with it, and he raises it up, and he points to it, and he puts his title back on there, and he hugs Christian, and he's basically saying, "Hey man, thank you for the awesome match," and he's thanking Christian, and basically putting Christian over as a top talent here in the World Wrestling Federation. That Christian gave a good match, man. They had an 85, awesome, good match, and I couldn't ask for a better match on that one. We're gonna move on to the next. We move on to the next matchup, which is Cactus Jack versus Raven. As we've seen, y'all probably already reading the thing. We're gonna go ahead and do that since people already reading it. It got an 80. I wasn't expecting this match to do too great because Raven's not quite over in England, but it's okay. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Raven defeats Cactus Jack in a hardcore match in 12 minutes and 53 seconds by pinfall after an even flow DDT, followed by interference from the Big Show. The Big Show comes to the ring, and it looks like he's going to help Cactus Jack beat Raven, and then he turns and choke slams Cactus Jack. Raven then picks him up, hits him with the DDT. 1, 2, 3. Raven benefited from having a hot new move, and Cactus Jack has amazing form. The match got an 80. Big Show interferes. As we seen on Sunday Night Heat, Big Show was saying, hey man, if you're going to beat Raven, you're going to have to dig deep, and you're going to have to let Cactus Jack out, and you're going to have to embrace the Cactus Jack. You're going to have to embrace the hardcore side of you to be able to beat Raven. And the hardcore champion, Big Show, comes out and costs Cactus Jack the matchup. After the match, Raven then does his pose, and Big Show with the hardcore championship, he throws it down at Raven's feet, and then he walks off. He just throws the hardcore title down at Raven's feet, and he walks off, and we don't really know what this means or any of that. We are going to have to find out on Monday Night Raw. What is all this? Why did the Big Show turn his back on Cactus Jack? And why did he throw the hardcore title down at Raven's feet? We are going to have to find out. Raven then picks up the hardcore championship, and he is basically carrying it like breaking kayfabe here, like Naito, when Naito was the Intercontinental Champion, and just kind of not really giving two shits about the title, and you know, Raven's kind of carrying it like that. Like he throws it out of the ring, and then he gets out of the ring and picks it up, and he's dragging it on the ground and everything, like he really doesn't care about it. And Big Show just kind of tossed the title to him and was just like, you can have it. And he goes to the back. We're going to have to find out more on Monday Night Raw. And why did the Big Show turn on Cactus Jack? The segment got a 90. It advances Death to Hardcore storyline, and it gains some heat. We are going to move on to our next matchup, which I believe is a placement matchup, a filler match. In a bout that had superb wrestling and a non-existent crowd heat, Shamrock defeats Ultimo Dragon by submission with the ankle lock. That's what you get for not wanting to do the job for somebody. Not going to say who the somebody was, but he refused, threw a fit, that he had to lose against somebody. And I was like, okay, well, you don't want to lose to him? Then by pinfall, I'm going to make you lose to Ken Shamrock by submission. And so Shamrock picks up the win. Ultimo Dragon with the 57, Shamrock with a 62. Now the color commentary get a match. Match got a 63. Not a bad match. We then go to a pre-recorded little segment here. And as we know, The Rock is not here tonight. The Rock, Rock's too busy. Rock's too busy trying to make movie deals, trying to make all these contracts, trying to become a big megastar. Vince basically said, "Hey man, you're going to be the next big star. You're going to be the next Hogan. You're going to be the next Bruno Sammartino, the next Macho Man. You know, you're going to be the next star of the World Wrestling Federation." And Rock's his phone's been blowing off the hook with all these movie deals, all these acting jobs, all these TV guest roles and stuff. But he's kind of put Stephanie McMahon on the back burner, and Stephanie seems to really not like the new Rock. The Rock used to be a nice, sweet guy, and now he's kind of a egotistical asshole, and putting himself before her, and she's kind of not liking it. As we know, she tried to make The Rock jealous a couple weeks ago by going out with Chris Jericho, but The Rock didn't give a shit. The Rock didn't even care. And Stephanie's kind of just standing there once again, just watching The Rock do the thing, and The Rock stopped, and he sees the camera, and he's like, "What do you want, jabroni?" "Oh, you want The Rock to say something to these European fans." "Well, The Rock has one thing to say to you, the European fans. It doesn't matter what you think of The Rock, because The Rock is destined to go on and do great things. And it doesn't matter who comes out the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, whether it's the Game or the Heartbreak Old Man, Shawn Michaels. It doesn't matter which one of those two candy-ass jabronis walks away with that World Championship, because come Monday Night Raw, The Rock is going to punch his ticket, and he's going to become the World Wrestling Federation Champion in the near future. You can bet on that." "Oh, I'm sorry. And he goes back to the phone call, and he's like, "No, The Rock had to cut a promo. Hopefully you understand." And Stephanie kind of just rolls her eyes, and as we go to the next segment, which is the bout that got a 97. I'm pretty sure this is going to be match of the night. I was really debating on which one of these two matches I was going to have co-main event. In a bout that has sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, Steve Austin, Stone Cold, defeats The Undertaker when The Undertaker was disqualified when Kane ran in and attacked Steve Austin. During the match, Stone Cold was getting the better of The Undertaker, and Kane comes out and pretty much helps The Undertaker. But this match was no DQ. And so it ended up costing The Undertaker the victory. But Vince said he didn't care. He just wanted Austin out. That was the terms. And Kane runs out, and he starts beating the shit out of Steve Austin. And then Undertaker joins in, beating the shit out of Steve Austin. But APA then runs in and makes the save, once again helping Steve Austin as they chase out Kane and The Undertaker here. As Farouk and Bradshaw then make the save for Steve Austin. The segment got a 100. Not bad at all. Not bad. I believe that's our first 100 of the show. They basically come out and save Steve Austin, but Steve Austin wins. Steve Austin picks up the victory. I mean, he beat The Undertaker, so Steve Austin up there. He should be the new #1 contender. He should be up there for the WWF Championship. We are going to move on to our next segment of the night, which is Eddie Guerrero taking on Dean Malenko for the WWF Light Heavyweight Title. And Eddie Guerrero makes a successful defense #2 of the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship. Both of the men with a 60, the match got a 66, and the Jim Cornette storyline loses heat. Natson Color Commentary gave the match a boost. We move on to the next segment. This was just to get both these guys on the card and get Eddie Guerrero to defend his championship. We then move on to our next segment, which is Kurt Angle, and he is out there. He is backstage talking to Michael Cole, and Michael Cole goes, "Kurt, tonight you go against the leader of the Hart Foundation, former World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. I know that you've went against big name guys like Owen Hart, but as we know, Bret Hart is he claims to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. How are you, in knowing that you're in front of the European audience, you being an American, I'm sure that you are not going to be welcomed here. And Kurt's like, look, Michael, I know going into this matchup that the crowd is not going to like me, that the crowd is going to cheer for Bret, that the crowd's going to love Bret. Well, let me tell you something, all right? I didn't win the 1996 Olympics being a quitter. No, I went out there with a broken freaking neck, and I won. All right? I won with the 3 I's. Intensity, integrity, and intelligence. All right? And Bret Hart may claim that he's the best there is, best there was, and that best there ever will be. But I know that he does not have the brains to back it up. Right? You see here in the World Wrestling Federation, this is a man's world. Right? And Bret Hart, he's just a little boy. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to manhandle him like the boy he is. And I'm a man who likes to manhandle boys. And Michael Cole kind of stands there for a minute and he's like, wait, what did you just say? And Kurt's just like, yeah, you heard me. And he's like, well, I'll see y'all. He's like, I'll see y'all out in the ring. And in a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Bret the Hitman Hart defeats Kurt Angle in 12:27 by pinfall after he used a steel chair on Kurt Angle. I knew I should have put the co-main event as Steve Austin versus The Undertaker. This match got a 90, not a bad rating at all. It advances the storyline. Kurt Angle benefited from having the crowd support. That's kind of weird. People love Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle with an 86 and Bret with a 94. We move on to the next segment, and it is time for our main event of tonight. You already know the history between these two men. These two men can't stand each other. These two men used to be the best of friends. But Triple H got envious of Shawn Michaels, and Triple H said, it's my time to be in the spotlight. It's my time to be in the main event. It's my time to be the top guy in the World Wrestling Federation. That Shawn couldn't handle the pressure. Shawn relied on other means to help him through being World Heavyweight Champion. Unlike Triple H, he doesn't resort to extracurricular activities to get the job done. He goes out there and he performs at the top level every single night. You know, he has the best match of the night. He deserves to be World Wrestling Federation Champion. He went out there, he beat Bret Hart at SummerSlam. He is the World Wrestling Federation Champion. He beat Shawn Michaels in the last man standing match. Shawn Michaels is back. Shawn Michaels is the #1 contender. Shawn Michaels wants that WWF World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship back around his title. And he doesn't care if his former best friend Triple H is the world champion or not. Neither does Triple H care that his former best friend Shawn Michaels is the challenger. These two men absolutely hate each other. These two men will murder each other to walk away World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion. This segment got a 100. I can't hype this match enough. I expect big things out of this matchup. I'm hoping that this is the match of the night. We move on to the match in a bout that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Triple H drew with Shawn Michaels when the referee lost control and stopped the match, because during the match we saw Scott Hall run in and attack Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Nash come in and attack Triple H. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, what the hell? They are WCW talent. What is WCW talent doing here in England on a WWF pay-per-view? The match got a 96. Yes. Good rating. Good rating. Good rating. I was hoping this would be one of my matches Triple H won in 94. Shawn Michaels won in 95. Both men did excellent, excellent, excellent. Scott Hall debuted his cocky gimmick. It got great. Kevin Nash debuted his cocky gimmick, and it got great also. My time storyline advances. Triple H benefited from having crowd support, and Shawn Michaels benefited from having amazing form. The match got a 96. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash come in and attack both the men. The match ends in a draw, double disqualification. Triple H is once still the World Wrestling Federation champion. The segment got a 100. That's not supposed to say the Outsiders, but okay. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall stand over Triple H and Shawn Michaels, both men standing over them, as the crowd is in absolute shock. They have no clue what is going on. Why is Kevin Nash and Scott Hall here in the World Wrestling Federation? As we know, they are both signed to WCW. What in the hell are they doing here, and why are they here? What is going on? The pay-per-view then shows the WWF credits, and we go to black as security runs to the ring to get Scott Hall and Kevin Nash out of the ring with police officers. They come there. They handcuff both the men as the show fades to black, and they are escorted out of the building. The show got a 100. I couldn't ask for. I didn't think it was going to do a 100, but hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Steve Austin and The Undertaker still got match of the night. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. I wish I could look at their ratings. I got to start writing down people's ratings. But we are going to give Steve Austin and The Undertaker, we are going to both praise them. We are going to praise them on a great performance. And we are going to give we're going to give Shawn Michaels and point out I was good. No, we're just going to compliment on a good performance. Steve also was happy with your speech. Undertaker seemed pleased, and Shawn Michaels seemed pleased. What the hell is Scott Hall and Kevin Nash doing here? In the World Wrestling Federation, as we know, they are WCW signed talent. What are they doing here? A new champion in WCW, Lex Luger, wins the WCW Heavyweight Championship. He becomes the new head booker. I guess they got a new head booker. What the hell? Hell yeah, Ming won the television champion. What the hell is Kevin Nash and Scott Hall doing here in the World Wrestling Federation? We are going to have to find out. Hopefully we can find out on Monday Night Raw what's going on. Did they... What's going on here in the World Wrestling Federation? Edge seems to be 100% from his injury here, and Dave Brown gone from NXT, which is our developmental. What is going on, guys? I don't know. We are going to have to find out on Monday Night Raw. Thank y'all for watching. Like always, thank y'all for commenting down below. Thank y'all for liking. If you're new to the channel and like what you are seeing, the subscribe icon will be over the One Night Only logo. If you like this episode and want to go back and watch previous episodes, maybe you can figure out why Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are here in the World Wrestling Federation before Monday Night Raw. You can go back and watch previous episodes. Maybe I hint at why they are here in previous episodes. And if you're looking for something a little bit more extreme, the ECW, the latest episode of ECW will be right here, guys. My name is Dylan the Villain, and like we always say here at Pro-Am Gaming, if you can't play with each other, do what I do and play with yourself. We'll see y'all on Monday Night Raw, guys. I am hyped up. See y'all then.